I'm coming to get the belts. And after I finish K. Scott, any of those girls that MVP, Nikisa and Jake, lift the band. I come beat y'all girls' ass.
Good luck, Clarissa.
Yeah. Whoop that trick!
All right, Sergio, whoop that trick is what she loves to get the crowd saying. Can you translate for those that don't know what that means?
Well, that comes from a movie called Hustle and Flow, I believe it is, and it was based out of Memphis, but it's a great song, great movie, and it's about whooping some butt, Todd Grisham.
So Clarissa Shields is now calling for MVP to lift the ban they've placed on her for their events and attending their shows. Mr. T, friend of the channel's initial reaction to that was, I thought she didn't need them. Well, that's what she said when the ban was put in place, but I've maintained that for some years now, Clarissa Shields has been clout chasing MVP as a brand, as a stable, clout chasing their fighters, because on average, they're doing bigger things than she is. Even if she's more accomplished, they have somewhat more visibility than she does, and she needs them, whether she likes it or not. Though we're gonna have to circle back to that because there's something else that seems to be getting a lot of people's attention. Alicia Baumgartner herself, Clarissa Shields' domestic rival, took to her social media and stated quite simply, trendsetter. Why did she say that? Because she, like a lot of people, couldn't help but notice Clarissa Shields' outfit for what was the ceremonial weigh-in. It looked oddly familiar. It looked exactly like the one that Alicia wore in her last fight against Layla Boudoir, and it's almost like Clarissa Shields is trying to copy Alicia's style, whilst regularly berating her. I said it weeks, months ago, that what Clarissa Shields is doing is tantamount to single white femaling. Remember the movie? Single black femaling Alicia Baumgartner, because she's trying her best to imitate her, and imitation, as they say, is the highest form of flattery. You remember the movie about a lady who takes an ad out in the paper for a roommate, and then the roommate ends up trying to be her, to the point that she ends up trying to kill her? And that's what this shit looks like. Alicia Baumgartner continued, I'm on these bitches' mood boards, to which Franchon Cruz responded, oh my god, this is crazy. You definitely made the roster. Welcome to the club. She's jealous of Alicia, whether she wants to admit it or not. Actions speak louder than words. You're trying to outdo her, because she's in your head and under your skin. This inferiority complex, because that's what I suspect it is. She feels less than Alicia Baumgartner, in spite of being the more accomplished fighter. Alicia's natural grace and presentation makes Clarissa Shields quite insecure, to the point she has to try to prove to herself and prove to others that she's just as good or just as pretty. You're literally trying to wear the same clothes that she does, and you're a full-grown woman. That's childish. She did something very similar with Remy Martin when she started dating her ex, Papoose. She goes out, she buys a wig that looks exactly how Remy wears her hair. Just bizarre. If Alicia does a photo shoot, Clarissa wants to do a photo shoot. If Alicia wears a certain kind of bikini to the ceremonial weigh-in, Clarissa wants to do the same thing. Something's wrong with that broad, I'm telling you. Now circling back to her call-out, calling out MVP to lift the ban placed on her, why would that be necessary? For what express reason would they need to do that? You're the GWOAT. You're the one that's supposedly making $2 million per fight, as per your Win Records deal. Why would you need MVP to lift the ban? They've banned you from attending their events, not fighting their fighters. And which one of their fighters are you trying to fight? Because it can't be Alicia. Clarissa recently detailed how difficult it was for her to get down to 160. She can't get down any lower than that, and Alicia, she's still all the way down there at 130. So it can't be her that Clarissa Shields is after. Well, she did mention the belts. She's coming for those. Is she talking about Tam? She must be, but what happened to the Lauren Price fight? Is that not going to go down? Because it was about Lauren Price long before it was ever about Tam Tebow. Tam Tebow literally just won those belts not but a week or so ago. I thought your plan was to get a fight done with Lauren. Trouble in paradise? There must be. If you're now calling out MVP to lift the ban for what? You're the one that's making $2 million per fight. Any offer to an MVP fighter should then be coming from you. You're the one in charge, right? You're the GOAT, because I know what you're not expecting is for MVP to kick out $2 million to you to come over to their side of things to box one of their fighters. It's supposed to be the other way around. You're still with Salita and now win records, so put the money up.
Put it up.
You also have to wonder about that Michaela Mayer fight, because what Clarissa said she wants to do is take care of Kay Scotch tomorrow, to then fight Lauren, to then fight Michaela Mayer. But who's gonna pay Michaela? The way this normally works, the money to a Caleb Plant, or an Edgar Berlanga, or a Jermel Charlo comes from Canelo. The money generated from his fights, and so it should be the money generated from Clarissa's that finances a Mayer fight, shouldn't it? That you shouldn't be waiting on MVP to do much of anything.
Why should they? You're the GOAT.
And so I really do question whether or not the Lauren Price fight, the Michaela Mayer fight, is actually going to happen, because if what those fights rely on is for Clarissa and Salita and Win to be the ones that put the money up, I'm not sure that they can. For calling out MVP to lift the ban, for calling out MVP fighters, well then you should have just signed to them when they made you that offer all those months ago, to be barking at them from across the street.
Clout chasing, like I said.
People are going to say, what clout can she hope to derive from them when she is a more accomplished fighter than they are? All by herself, what is she supposed to do? Boxing is a symbiotic business.
You need them. You like to pretend like you don't, but you do.
Whereas they don't need you. Their female roster is big enough that they can make a whole heap of fights, all in-house, all by themselves.
If I'm Jake Paul, and I'm Nikisa Badarian, I don't lift the ban. I don't do it. I make her sit out. I make her sweat.
Because what is she going to do without them? Who is she going to fight?
She can't land any opponents that may accelerate her plans for the coming calendar year to give birth to her first child. I could totally see that happening, because MVP doesn't need her to do business. They've got enough going on all by themselves. They just merged with the PFL.
If I'm Jake and I'm Nikisa, I don't lift any ban. I don't do anything. You want those opponents? Cough the money up. You make the offers. You're supposed to be the GOAT, right?
Is it going to be a tense kind of low output fight, or you don't see it that way?
I'm gonna walk him down.
Probably isn't the best strategy for a counterpuncher like Tio.
Why do that when historically with him?
I'm gonna walk him down.
Really?
Yeah,
That's not a troll.
I'm gonna walk him down.
Usually fighters are close, are tight-lipped about what exactly they're going to do in there. Why are you just letting it be known like that?
Wait. Walk him down. Not just kidding. I don't listen to his stuff anymore. I just thought about that song when I said walk him down.
But usually the guys, Shakur, even Kambosa's using his feet, Jermaine Ortiz, Martin, the guys that gave him fits, they fought going backwards quite a bit, or taking a step back, making him fall in. And so why do you think that's the effective route to press him in this fight and not be the counterpuncher like other guys have done and like you were doing with Ryan?
Wait, what?
So the guys that have given him a lot of fits, they've done it taking a step back, fighting off their back foot. You countered Ryan pretty well. You didn't have to press him to beat him. Tio's usually good when guys come forward against him. So why is that the effective route against Teofimo in this fight?
Because I said so.
That's good reason.
I mean, why else?
It's just something you've deduced along with Salas. Like this is what we're gonna do to him. This is what's gonna work.
I just feel like walking him down. You ever just feel like doing things?
Yeah.
Sometimes people just do things, even if it's not the most efficient way. They just do things just to do it, right? You ever just do things that's not efficient, but it's just like, just do them,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've done them like that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Me too, Sometimes I just, it's for the thrill of the fans.
And to prove a point to him, like you really are my little brother / sister. And I will.
No. It's to prove it to the fan. I mean, it's to give the fans a show, you know?
When Tyson Fury, ahead of the second Wilder fight, right before he beat him, detailed what he was going to do, that he was going to walk him down, put pressure on him, and stop him, nobody believed him, not at first, until he actually went out there and did it. He basically laid out the blueprint in front of everyone.
Rolly could be doing the same thing. Could be giving up the plan. The difference being, I don't think it's going to work out for Rolly the way it worked out for Fury. Tio, if he's anything, is a talented counterpuncher. Best off the back foot when the guy's getting aggressive and coming to him. And if it's Rolly's intention to do that,
Doesn't he know?
he probably does. He's sparred Teofimo Lopez enough times to know that's probably not the best thing to do, but he's accepting his fate.
Like Errol Spence Jr. did in accepting the Terrence Crawford fight. He did so knowing there's a good chance he's going to lose. Rolly may be doing the same thing, which is why he doesn't even take the line of questioning from Sean Zettel serious.
And I want to give Sean credit for having to deal with these kinds of personalities on a regular basis because I couldn't stomach it.
Couldn't do it, wouldn't want to. Sean was able to stay professional with a very unprofessional, unserious individual.
These are not serious people, not serious fighters, these Americans. Not what they used to be.
Rolly likely looks at the whole song and dance, the whole production of answering questions and the build-up of a fight as something he doesn't really care for and something that he doesn't really want to do, even though it's a necessary component of selling a fight. Because remember, this isn't part of a regular schedule. It's a pay-per-view. You have to sell it.
Shouldn't be. Have you seen the undercard?
Rolly's not box office. Neither is Tio. But here we are. Neither one of these two fighters belong behind the paywall.
It's gonna cost you $75 or $80 at the end of this month, and that's not even the only pay-per-view they're doing.
But you can't even get the guy to answer some questions in a serious manner about what's supposed to be a serious fight. It's his title on the line, after all, I guess. That's how much it means to him. Reception for this match is sort of lukewarm. Teofimo Lopez coming off a lopsided loss to Shakur, Rolly having been out for over a year and never really having that many fans anyway. Don't confuse people watching free videos online for actually having fans. Paying customers, because if they're not paying,
They're not fans.
It's going to be interesting to see if Paro Haney happens. I think obviously it's a unification, it's a good fight. Liam will be looking to secure his financial future with that fight, and rightfully so, he's a belt holder. So if the money comes together, maybe that's a fight that happens, but if not, Jack's ready and willing to fight anybody at 147, and definitely Devin Haney.
The Cattrall side, as I've said, that they put the offer in and heard nothing. Is that what's going on?
No, we said that we've come back, we went back to Bill Haney, went back to DAZN and say we're ready to take that fight. So we're waiting to hear. I had a brief conversation with DAZN today, but I'm sure there's a lot of negotiations going on with Paro and Haney as well. So we'll have to see how it plays out.
If it is Liam Paro, Devin Haney, is that a chance that given Devin's on DAZN that it could be promoted by you? Is that at all a chance?
I don't know. I mean, I think that ultimately, all these guys who are doing their own deals with a broadcaster, which there's always someone behind that deal, by the way, advising. Like, they don't have an infrastructure to promote shows. It's really not that easy. Like, it's not just about having your logo up on a backdrop and the MC saying Devin Haney Promotions. Like, there's a lot of work that goes into this show to deliver a quality show for the broadcaster. So I think you'll see in time that DAZN will be selecting the promoter to run those shows, and we've got a great relationship with Devin Haney. Would we do the show? Yeah, if we were asked to. I don't think Devin will be running to us to do the show, but they will probably need someone to do a show of that magnitude if they're the home promoter, but we'll see if it gets made first.
You've promoted both Devin Haney and Liam Paro. If that was the fight, if that was the unification, what's your thoughts on that?
You make Devin a very, very big favourite. Liam's a great fighter, no disrespect. I mean, he's a two-division world champion, but Devin is a very, very, very good, accomplished fighter with lots of experience. But, Liam would be in the fight, but I would be shocked if he was to win that fight. He doesn't have the power to hurt Haney, and he's not going to outbox him. As good a boxer as Liam is, do you know what I mean? So that's probably why he's after all these millions to make the fight, because it's likely he'll lose, and then he's beltless. Whereas at the moment he can defend the belt in Australia, make a nice few quid, and so it's a tough decision. But if the money's there, I'm sure they'll take it.
What would your advice to If he was looking at, what would you do with Liam? Yeah.
Make sure it's an absolute fortune, and if it's not, defend in Australia and make good money, and but that cut that he got was pretty bad. I don't know when he'd be back to getting in the ring. Probably not till the end of the year. But Liam knows what he's doing. No Limit know what they're doing. So I'm sure they'll make the right decision. But it would have to be a lot of money.
It's what the story is supposed to be in this bona fide case of he said, she said. Liam Paro is said to have asked for a dollar amount that the Haneys are unwilling to kick out,
whereas Liam's people are saying something different. Who really knows what's going on behind the scenes? But this fight is a distinct possibility, if for no other reason than Liam Paro is a world champion.
Teofimo Lopez recently stated that it is his intention to unify all the belts in this division and become undisputed. I believe that Devin Haney has a similar goal.
Those things in mind, Liam Paro is a part of that picture by proxy.
By default, even if he is the least popular world champion of the 4 world champions at welter, at the end of the day, he is a champion, and that's what matters. If they do make that fight between him and Devin Haney, my purview of it is the same as Eddie's. Liam doesn't have the ingredients to win that fight. He doesn't have the punching power, doesn't have the base style.
Liam is a boxer puncher. Devin Haney is a pure boxer. In that stylistic matchup, more often than not, the pure boxer has the advantage. He would lose to Devin for the same reason he already lost to Richardson Hitchens.
Would lose the same way. It's for that reason Eddie advises that Liam and the people at No Limit ask for a lot of money. And if Devin's side doesn't cough it up, just make defenses of the title in Australia and keep doing what you've been doing, because coincidentally, former champion Keith Thurman recently stated that he'd be willing to go down to Australia to box Liam Paro, go back to welterweight and go back to the land down under.
Following his knockout loss to Sebastian Fundora, who he says didn't really knock him out, but I don't see Keith asking for a rematch either.
Now says he's willing to fight Liam Paro, and you could sell that in Australia. I mean, for Christ's sakes, they're still selling Michael Zarafa fights in Australia, so you can sell this one. That is what Liam has to fall back on. If he can't get Devin and he can't get Tio or somebody else, somebody more high profile that's willing to pay to play, he can just sit back at home and make defenses of the belt.
Fuck it.
He is a good fighter and accomplished in his own right. He is a 2-weight world champion, having beaten Subriel Matias for the title at 140, Lewis Crocker for the title at 147. He's not being emailed belts or winning vacant titles. He's taking them away from reigning champions. So he deserves his respect.
Continue to fight in Australia, continue to build your audience, your marquee value, and then maybe if you play your cards right,
some point somebody offers you a lot of money to box outside of Australia. We'll see.